Hey guys, so for this video I'll be talking about Lovelyz. I recently made an unboxing for Lovelyz 8, so if you want to watch that you can watch it if you want to, but this is just a video where I will discuss what I think about Lovelyz. So I guess a disclaimer in case I say something mean, or I don't mean any harm by it, but I like Lovelyz. Obviously, if I have an album from them, it's because I like them. And I have actually all of the Lovelyz albums except for the last one they released, which I actually purchased. So technically, I have it, but I don't have their single album. And hopefully, I'll get that soon. But I do. That means I like Lovelyz a lot to some extent, and it's kind of like a late realization, I guess, because I didn't buy Lovelyz for a while. I had just purchased their mini album, so I kind of will go into talk about my journey with Lovelyz. If you don't know, I'm a huge in spirit, so when William was announcing they were going to debut a girl group, I was really excited because obviously who doesn't want a female version of Infinite, which is what I thought they were going to be. Obviously they aren't, but they developed their own type of I don't know, like trajectory within the K-pop scene in a way, just like Infinite did. So when they first debuted, I didn't particularly love their debut song, which is Candy Jelly Love. I think that's what it's called. Hopefully I'm not wrong. But they had a song called Goodbye, the ballad song, which is the pre-debut release song. And I love that song. I think that's within their best, one of their best songs, if not the best song in their catalog. That song is pure perfection. That full-length album, and I'll count it with a repackage, was pretty good. Not the best thing they've released, but a decent effort. I think the repackage definitely helped a lot. I think High was a more defined song for Lovelyz because it was a good song or single to be released prior to Achu, which I think with the success of High, Achu was able to succeed to some extent. I think without that High song, or Annyeong, if you want to call it in Korean, without that song, I don't think Achu would have been as successful, because I think that they developed a decent amount of followers with that song. So definitely check out Annyeong. I think that's a really cool single from them. Lovelyz 8 was a more cohesive body of work compared to their full-length album. And then they had Destiny, which was they had their single album. Then they had Destiny, which were good, and they were really good. And then did they release a full-length album by then? The full-length album is actually pretty good, and the repackage even better. And then they had Fallen Lovelyz, and then their most recent mini album. So Lovelyz has kind of maintained a good reputation when it comes to album production. They don't have random songs being just included into their albums, which is great when a group develops a certain type of sound. And right now in K-pop, it seems like every girl group or every boy group is trying to follow a specific trend or a specific sound. So you kind of expect certain type of songs to be released during certain years, but you can always expect something different from Lovelyz compared to everybody else. But it's kind of like that Lovelyz sound, and I think they've done a perfect job at having a genre where it fits with how the vocals are for Lovelyz. I think that if they had a more, I guess, hip hop or like electro dance type of music, it would not fit them like that well. I think this fairy tale, whenever I think of Lovelyz, I think of fairy tales. It's just their songs are very fairy tale-esque, which are really enjoyable when it comes to just wanting to hear something different once in a while. And I appreciate that they've they've never really been trying to follow any sort of trends, and it took me a while to kind of get more into Lovelyz because I had such high expectations for them to be just like Infinite that it just didn't live up to the hype, at least for me at the beginning. But whenever I kind of went back to listening to their stuff, and I was like, actually was this album that kind of got my attention back then, which is kind of weird because this is one of the last things I've needed from Lovelyz. Yeah, and as I listened to this, I was like, why isn't anybody talking about how good the Lovelyz 8 album is? And then I listened to more of their other like albums, and I was pleasantly surprised, and I was like, why aren't people talking about Lovelyz more? And I think it was just because of that hype, or maybe some new fans who just know Willem for Infinite, and they're just not used to. Obviously, their music is very peculiar to a certain type of listener, so obviously I'm not expecting everyone to like it, but definitely give them a listen. I think that they're definitely worth giving a chance to knowing more about what they're about. That's kind of funny how I phrased that, but I don't know, I really like what Willem has done with Lovelyz. I have a feeling that they have another comeback later this year. Hopefully they do. But I feel really proud of that they really have maintained their concept and their vibe. And yeah, I really look forward to listening to more music from Lovelyz. And yes, if you guys have any other questions, just comment down below, or any requests. Yeah, I will actually be filming a video for my collection for Lovelyz. Hopefully once I have their single album and the album that I just bought recently, which is their last release as of now, or as of this video. But yeah, I'm really happy that I was able to kind of realize that I was missing out a lot on Lovelyz, because I did keep track of their title tracks, but I never really thoroughly listened to their albums. But definitely listen a couple more, definitely give them a listen, especially just listen to the albums from start to finish, and listen to it a couple more times and kind of have a good conclusion of Lovelyz, because they're a group that I think international fans don't talk that much about, when I think they definitely deserve more attention. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this was interesting. Like I mentioned in my God 7 video, I won't be uploading for 2 weeks and a half. So this is why I wanted to make this video as soon as possible, since I recently got this album. And yeah, whatever I get in Japan, I'll make a haul for it. But I wanted to make a few more videos before I left. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, bye guys.